Debt isn't just numbers, it's a psychological leash. Civilians play safe thinking they'll escape. They never do. In the sprint, men stop playing safe and build offense. The link is in the description below. So first of all, we have to understand that debt is almost like that weight on your ankle and you're in a pool and you don't know how to swim, right? You need to assess what's going on financially in your life. I'm spending too much money here. I'm doing things wrong here. I'm not allocating enough money over here, to now see where in your structure you are leaking monetarily as well, right? Because I bet you a lot of the money that you spend is on to impress others, right? Even like all of my friends, right? All of my successful associates, all of the people that are around me that have access to me, all understand this one thing. That once you get into the place of understanding that you are the central reason for everything that's happening in your life, that you are the person who sets the goal, you are the person who goes after the goal, you are the person who executes on everything that you want to execute on, because you are the center, nothing external, right? We all have that in common. What does that then mean? We don't seek validation from the external. So therefore, debt is psychological slavery. Debt isn't just numbers, it's chains. Safe play keeps men docile. Fear of risk guarantees servitude. You have to note that if you keep spending money in the way that you spend money right now, you will never get to the places that you want to get to. You have to stop spending money. And listen, sometimes money isn't just about, oh, I'm going to buy that car. Oh, I'm going to buy those clothes. Oh, I'm going to, no. Sometimes money or debt, the debt that you accrue, is based upon the amount of times you say yes to things that you know you should say no to. There are so many times you get invited, but you say yes when you should have said no. You didn't want to go, but you went anyways. Why did you go anyways? Because of what? Your perception that was left in the person who invited you's mind? So you care about the things that people think of you. You care more about that than how you operate for yourself. A part of self-love and self-care is about taking care of yourself first, not worrying about what others think about you. So this debt that you're accruing by going out to these events, these parties, right? These networking meetings, these networking dinners that you have no business going to, that really isn't going to bring you any profit back, is just creating more debt in your life. And therefore, debt isn't just about numbers. Debt is about the validation loops that you place on everybody outside of yourself. Start to use your brain when it comes to your debt and really track the money, because the money doesn't lie. If you have a shit ton of liabilities based upon events and activities that you were invited to, but you were too pussy to say no and you went anyways and you took on more debt, then what? You could have took that same money and ran ads for your business. You could have took that same money and opened up your first business. You could have took that money and invested in yourself to get more knowledge about a certain subject. But a lot of you are just spending this money because you're saying yes to things that you know you don't want to go to based upon the validation that you want from other people. On top of that, let's not, the elephant in the room, that fuckers will spend money just to get the impression of others to see that, right? Y'all buy watches, you buy chains, you buy this, you buy that. Everyone has their prerogative. But you must know, are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it for the perception that it gives? My biggest thing is food. Everyone that knows me, I love to travel and I love to try new food. I spend the most amount of fucking money on food and fucking flights. And where am I taking the flights to? Food. That's what I like. And you have your thing. But make sure that the way that you're spending money isn't just about flexing or showing off the things that you have that you can get with it. Because realistically, that money is going to be burned on the hopes and wishes that validation is given by the people that are looking at you spend that money on the very things that you say you want. And the last piece of that is that risk equals, you have to, fear of risk will equal servitude. So if you don't take the risk of understanding that the no word is your best friend when it comes to interaction with humans, or the risk of actually investing money in yourself is going to give you more knowledge about a certain area that you can then gain a skill and then you can then make that a money printer for you. All of these things require risk. Life is a risk. And the funniest thing is that none of us get out of it alive. When the fucking game is over, we're all not going to make it out alive. So you might as well take as many risks as possible. I speak to men all the time that are in my age group, right? And they're fearful of taking on real risk that have positive upside. And what's the negative downside? That what? You might have to go back home for a year to get yourself stable. Come on, bro. You're better than that. Take the fucking risk so you don't have to serve your life as a slave to a system and a slave to people's perception of you. Wake the fuck up. So risk creates leverage. Risk equals the only way to break loops. Offense builds empires. Playing safe ensures you stay stuck. When you take risk to learn information not only about yourself but a new subject, you're going to break psychological loops that you've heard me talk about all the time that are deep within your subconscious. Because as you learn these new knowledge and this new wisdom and gain understanding of the playing field that you're trying to enter, the loops that used to keep your personality stuck or keep you stuck in place have to be broken so that you can fully accept the embodiment of the ideal identity that you have to become if you even want to step in that arena. Right? So there's a bit of layers here when it comes to taking risk, but at least you took the first step. And once you take the first step, that makes the second step that much easier, which then that means you're just so much closer to breaking your loop than you ever were if you had not taken the step at all. And so when you start to take those steps, you're going to start to execute in a different way. What does that then do on the energetic field around you? You're imprinting an energetic signal that then has to be reflected back to you. So when you start to go down towards a certain path that you want to be in, a certain timeline that you want to be in, a certain identity that you are embodying, the world, the universe, the energetic field has to reflect it back to you. So if you're not it already, it will show you and give you all of the information / proof that you are who you say you are, as long as you're taking those execution steps to get to where you want to go. And therefore, offense then builds the empire that you're looking to have. Stop playing it safe. Stop thinking about the programs that people give you in your life. Stop thinking about who people say you are or what people think of you. Say no when you know you shouldn't be going out. Say no when you know you have other things to take care of for yourself. Say no when money's involved, when you know you could take that money and produce more money by putting it somewhere that will actually print, right? So while yes, taking all the risk is necessary, you also can't play it safe when it comes to you. Take the time to really assess where you're looking to go and find that ideal identity so that you can actually become it, because you have to become it right now. This is not something that's far down the road away from you. No, the life that you want to live starts right now. It starts in the decision after you exit out of this video. It starts in the decision after you wake up tomorrow morning. It starts every second of the day. You are making a decision that is impacting the energetic field around you, that is then going to then reflect back to you who you are. So make sure that you're taking these decisions not based on others, but for yourself. So break the debt loop. Stop waiting to pay it off. Build cash flow engines instead and use discipline plus offense to dominate debt, not tiptoe around it. When you see debt piling up, push that shit to the forefront of your mind to make sure that you're getting rid of it if you haven't already. Once you start to do the snowball effect of getting rid of it, start to understand that every action you take after this needs to be based upon something that's going to bring profit to you. Cash flow to you, opportunities and abundance to you, fixing your structure so what? Opportunities and abundance has somewhere to sit and stay. You do not want to go up and down, up and down, up and down in life forever. Bro, the reality of it is if you have a masculine structure fortified by discipline and understanding of what you need to do on the goal that you have centralized at the top of your brain, you will get to where you want to go as long as you stay within that structure. And then guess what? You're going to polarize the feminine, which is not just women, but also abundance, opportunities, cash flow. It will then have a container to sit in. And now you will get the money that you are looking for. But it starts with you. You must decide today that that's what you're going to do. Don't let your debt pile up for no reason. Don't let your debt sit over there for no reason. Actually take action on it, bring it down, and understand how that debt came to play anyways, because more than likely it's because you were feeding an identity that was not you. But so you see, when you feed a different identity, what happens? Debt. But when you feed the right identity, what happens? Structure and cash flow. Very fucking simple. So use the discipline and the offense to dominate the debt. The debt you can place as your old identity, right? Discipline and offense are your new identity. right? You're going to stick to the centralized goal. You're going to have a structure to execute every single day to get you where you are looking to go. It is very possible. And when you start to hesitate because you feel uncomfortable, still move forward. Do not get in this place where it's like, fuck, I don't like the uncomfortable feeling I'm feeling. I don't like discomfort. I don't want to be away from my hometown friends. I don't want to deal with a new life. Well, guess what, bucko? Then you don't want the fucking dream that you say you want. Because it requires you to pay that as an entry ticket. Everything that you hold dear right now in your current state of mind, if it is not where you want to be, must be paid as a sacrifice to get to the fucking door of success. Pick where you want to go and be happy with it. I am totally fine if you want to be a slave in your current state, right? But just don't complain about it. Be decisive and say, I'm comfortable where I'm at. Don't be comfy and then complain that, oh, I'm not getting the success that I want. Bitch, you're comfortable. Get out of your comforts and pick what you want. Be decisive. Choose. And that starts with making sure that debt and everything associated with it and the decisions that made it are removed from your identity if that's not what you want for your life. And so your closing decree. Safe play is slavery. Risk is freedom. Consider yourself warned.